Hello all, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. So, uh, you know, we're synced now, right? So from this point on, we're gonna, be getting same time releases with JP, which is really nice. Getting the same celebrations, everything. I mean, we can all agree the sync was still handled, very shittily, but it is what it is, right? Uh, I figure now that I'm actually, or I guess we as global players are actually, getting this stuff like at the same time. Since I do, I really like the game and stuff. Obviously I make a lot of content on it. I figured that I should actually start doing these. I have done them for like the special like celebrations and stuff so far. Like worldwide, and I think I did something for the Tanabata sort of producers letter or whatever. But yeah, I think I am gonna start doing these sort of breakdowns with even like the monthly Dokkan Fest. It just didn't really make too much sense to me before, since everyone already knew what the stuff did by the time it came to global, months later. But yeah, here, the hint was right. I was thinking, actually, I can pull it up here. Uh, Here, let me do this. If I can go onto my account. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, here. Truth, did a tweet like 3 hours ago asking. I did think that when we first saw the dirty fireworks thing of the global thing, I was like, that's kind of obvious. The second hint actually made me more think the sort of Piccolo destroying the moon. Although I will say that, you know, as much sense as it made, I mean, it looks just like the sort of hint. I didn't really see them doing anything right now for Saiyan Saga, Gohan or Piccolo, so I figured it was Dirty Fireworks Vegeta. But yeah, let's just jump right in. We got Vegeta here. I'm a big Vegeta fan, so I'm hoping this guy's good. I'm probably going to summon. So let's see what we got here. Okay, Extreme AG. Oh my God, guys, you see that, right? Permanent raise attack greatly, raises defense. Oh, okay. We're starting off really good here. And he's AJL, so he has the 5 and hidden potential. Planet Namek, Gifted Warriors. Here, can we Planet Namek Saga, Gifted Warriors, or Inhuman Deeds? Inhuman Deeds. Finally, this is the first actual leader this category has gotten. That is insane. Um, there's an issue though. Dragon Ball Seekers are pure Saiyans. What? Where's whatever? Hold on. Why didn't we? Why is his like 30% not why doesn't he have planetary destruction? I mean, how much of Inhuman Deeds is gonna fit on there? It's gonna have like the phrases for Dragon Ball Seekers, but I don't know. Definitely gonna be a more. This is definitely gonna be like a very like Vegeta focused team. I think we'll see. But here, let's start reading the stuff here. Okay, activates combat experiences. Activates the entrance animation once only and key +3 in attack and defense plus 180% the rest of the battle when facing only one enemy at the start of character's attacking turn. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, we just got several fights that, not that they're hard, but we just got like the last like 5 fights or something, right? I don't know exactly, but like several of these final fights of the worldwide had several enemies at the start, so that's interesting. Okay. Attack and defense plus 50% per key sphere obtained, up to 500%. So he's has a sort of nuking passive, but it only caps at 10 orbs. Okay. Uh, Randomly change key spheres of a certain type AGL excluded to rainbow key spheres. Reduce damage received by 30% and chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attack, plus 18% when an AGL key sphere is obtained or 5 or more key spheres are attained. Okay. So, yeah. So it's that only. I was gonna say, does that proc separately for the AGL and the 5 key spheres? But I think this ability can only be procced once from. Because like if you got 5 AGL key spheres, it only still proc for the one. Okay, interesting. Plus an additional chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attack, plus 30%, an additional damage reduction of 18% when attacking. And if HP is 50% or more, launches an additional super attack. Okay. So he's gonna be already at 48% damage reduction and 48% chance to dodge. But I will note that's when attacking. So that's like if he's in slot 1 before he attacks, he's not getting that buff. Okay, interesting. If HP is 50% or less at end of turn, plus an additional defense plus 50%, high chance of performing a critical hit from the next turn onward. After the character performs a super attack 5 or more times in battle, changes all key spheres to AGL key spheres at the start of character's next attacking turn once only. And for the character's attacking turn going forward, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, AGL excluded, to AGL key spheres. Huh. Saiyan Links, last 30 Fireworks Vegeta, the Extreme Ant support one, had big bad bosses. He does not. Okay. Um, active is the Dirty Fireworks. Can be activated after performing 4 more super attacks in battle once only. Massively raise attack temporarily and cause ultimate damage to enemy. Attack plus 50% in battle. What? Oh my god. That's insane. Those active skill buffs. What? Okay. So he's interesting. He's greatly stacking attack and defense on every super. I don't know. That active is insane. He doesn't. This isn't multiplicative sort of buff, right? And this is sort of gonna be like resetting every turn, I think. It's not gonna just like, all right, you got your 10 key spheres, you permanently have 500%. I don't think. I think you have to get this every turn, especially because he's doing all this orb changing. I'm. He's weird, right? So if I'm reading this correctly, this sounds like the additional 50% defense and high chance of performing a critical hit. It says from the next turn onwards. So long as you're under 50% or less at the end of the turn, you just permanently get this buff. Okay. So he's going to be full build, right? You know, you get your 10 orbs, whatever. He's going to be at 680. I'm bad at math. 730% defense. What are his stats? I actually don't know exactly. I'm not gonna even pretend, guys. The exact let me check in game, right? Because I'm not even gonna pretend and tell you guys, oh, AGL is. I mean, it's roughly 5,000, right? But you can actually see exactly how much, like at Rainbow. he would have is what I want to see here. I don't know. He seems interesting. I definitely need to see like calcs on this guy. Because he doesn't have anything multiplicative. So I'm not really sure. I mean, it's a big defense number, like 730% at max, but you also do have to get pretty lucky with orbs. Here, let me check. Just let me look at just a random TUR here. Go to potential. So uh AGL types. Oh, hold on. There we go. AGL types are maxing out at 5400 defense at Rainbow. So his defensive stat is 11,680. Hmm. I mean, that's probably about average. Attack is like 16,000. I mean, he looks like he just has like average stats. Nothing really stands out as far as I can tell. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna want to wait and look at like Halvard Calcs at the end of this. 100%. I'm not. I think he'll be good, but I'm not really. Especially, he's permanently sacking. But I'm not really. I'm not gonna even pretend I'm really good at visualizing what this is really gonna look like. Um. Okay, interesting. I really his leader skill. I don't know. I feel like there could be some issues here, but at least Inhuman Deeds finally has an actual leader. Definitely very Saiyan oriented links though. So once again, I think this is definitely going to be like a big Vegeta leading Vegetas sort of thing. We'll see though. I mean, I think he has a lot of potential, and I do like my stacking units. I'm a big Vegeta fan. Uh, I was already, saving my stones after Worldwide. I was like, I think I want, you know, to start saving for 10th Annie, but when we saw it could be a Dirty Fireworks Vegeta, I'm a Vegeta guy. I got to summon, especially because Tech Vegeta may be coming back. Like, oh my god. All right. Um, Here, let's look at Koi here. I want to see if he's gonna like what he's gonna be doing for. Is he doing anything for the team or is he just one of these shitty banner units? Okay. His leader skill doesn't really matter. Planet Namek, key 3, 130 to stats. Okay. It's passive, dangerous strategy. Uh, Start of turn, key 3, attack and defense plus 150%. High chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attack, and if HP is 50% or less when receiving an attack, plus an additional chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attack plus 20%. So typically you're going to be 50% chance dodge if you're low on HP, 70%. I mean, 70% is good. The 50%, I mean, we'll have to see what he's like the rest of his kit here. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 150% and chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attack plus 20% when attacking. If the target enemy is an attack down or defense down status, great chance of launching an additional super attack. Wait, what? That's tied to the same attack or defense down thing, I think. Okay, he's like, you're getting 150% the stats, 20% evasion, and a great chance of launching an additional super if the enemy's an attack or defense down. So far it's looking like this guy, you really only want to run him. I mean, a lot of these events can be like attack lowered, but like if you can't attack lower or like defense lower, I don't. So far, it's not looking too good. Evade enemies' attack, including super attack, and perform a critical hit within the turn if HP is 50% or less. The start of turn once only. Foresees enemy super attack at the start of character's attacking turn when there is another Planet Namek Saga category ally attacking the same turn. Huh. Some kind of basic sort of weak links you'd expect from him. I don't know. What's his essay here? He's just greatly raising attack and defense, lowering attack and defense. Interesting. Um, I feel like he could be really good if you can attack or defense lower. But he's not even like supporting Planet Namek Saga. He just has the Scouter. I don't know. I feel like he could be helpful. But I don't know if he's necessarily what this sort of team would want. We'll see. I don't even know what the whole like team is going to end up looking like, right? Um, his Vegeta's leader skill is kind of weird. I think we'll have to see what the actual 200% looks like. But all right, I'm gonna cut away here now. I'm gonna see if I do want to look at the animations here. I'm not too sure what the sort of like I know like the OSTs and stuff I can't listen to for like YouTube stuff. I actually don't know too much uh, about playing the full animation, so I'm just gonna pause so I look at it. We will be right back, and I'm also going to come back see if there's any like calcs or anything out yet. All right, we're back. I did just finish sort of watching the animations. They look really solid. I actually really like the animations for both the Manor Unit and Vegeta. So I'm pretty excited. Now, I will say, someone, Issa here, did, I was scrolling up my timeline, looking, and did actually post the sort of a 200% list. And, um, yeah, this is not like a really solid 200%, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of good units on here. Obviously, both the new brawlers. I have my issues with this guy, but he's good. And we'll speak more on him in a moment. Uh, obviously, he's good. He's good. I feel like this guy is like a shoe-in, easy A here, but I mean, we'll see what happens. Obviously, really good. You know, obviously, really good. We'll talk about him too. But yeah, there's not too many options here. That when I saw the leader skill there, I mean, I was sort of getting at like I don't know. This kind of looks a little rough, and I mean, looking at the 200% here, yeah, it does. You can definitely get a lot of units like on the team, um, but the actual 200% is like very limited, unfortunately. So now I do want to touch on some things here. I was talking so much about like Int Broly. Uh, I there's like so much debate about him, and I don't really understand it. There's like I see a lot of pushback against this sort of stuff, but like Int Broly is like so like dog shit designed. Now hold on, he is very powerful, right? Um, I think he would be like just under the sixth sort of anniversary LR EZAs, the MUI Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. That's where I'd roughly put Int Broly. Now, I mean they're not in game yet, but looking at Janemba and I did warm up more to Janemba over time. I say warm up more, but I did think he was really phenomenal. I just got more to thinking about his actual kit. And I'm like, wait, he's actually a lot better than I was thinking. But I mean, I think with Janemba and Gogeta, at least on my top 10, and Broly's already off it. I think he's really powerful, but he's just like so dogshit designed as a Dokkan Fest LR. He's leading three like teams, but He really only is leading one team, and you guys know what I mean by that. Um, and the same sort of thing is with this Captain Ginyu. He, like, if Int Broly was a yellow coin LR or something, it'd make a lot more sense because he is exactly like Ginyu, but Ginyu is just for like a shaky team, right? Ginyu's whole thing is based off special pose. His whole thing's unconditional power. At least unconditional power is good. Special pose was good. It probably still is good, but like not good, right? But he only is based around special pose, which you know I wasn't really making content at the time when he came out, but like it was already obvious to me that it was going to be an issue like later on. Why didn't he like have Terrifying Conquerors or like Planet Namek Saga as the secondary? Very stupid design. So I mean, here we already have two very limited premium units that came out this year that if they weren't so restricted, definitely would have been a big help to Vegeta's team here. I mean, obviously this new Tech Broly, he's not limited, which is really great. He's going to be great for Vegeta's team and such, but I don't know. Very kind of weird sort of I definitely think he should have had Planetary Destruction as well for a 30%. I think that would have helped. But it is what it is. I think Vegeta's going to be really good in game. We'll have to see though. I still haven't seen any calcs. I am going to cut away again here real quick. I'm gonna check sort of one more time, uh, and we'll see if anyone's putting those out. I'm not. I'm not. I should actually probably try and now that I think about it, I should try and learn the how to calc it myself. I'm not good with math, but like I feel like I could get the basic sort of stuff down once if I knew the formula and whatnot. Because I really do want to when I am breaking down units like this, I really would like to try and get this sort of calcs, and I feel like that's a better way to show myself and you guys sort of initial reactions here, so we can just sort of understand how good we think the unit will be. But I mean, I think Vegeta's already going to be good. Uh, I don't know. I do want to see calcs though. All right, we will be right back. Okay, everyone. We are back. So, no one has done calculations yet. I did want to see them though, so as I said before, it'd probably be a good idea for me to learn how, right? I think I learned how. Now, this is my first time doing this, okay? So, bear with me. This might be incorrect. Okay. But that being said, I did I was looking online and I did find a actual tutorial. You can learn on your own how to do this. Um, Shout out to this Greg Dog guy. I don't know this person. I've never interacted with them or anything, but this is actually an amazing tutorial. I've watched about 9 minutes of it here so far, but I got the basic gist of it. So shout out to him. He said that Halvard and Proton actually taught him, so shout out to them too. But I pulled up a Google sheet here, and I think I got it. So there's all these separate different things, phase buffs. So as per my understanding, and once again, this may not be entirely correct, so bear with me. But Vegeta, right? His once he's rainbow, this is his defense stat. So this all changes based off of the stats. So like if he's 55%, his defense would actually be 8,280, I think, right? Because it's only 2,000 when someone's 55%. Um, I believe. I'm on math makes my brain hurt. I hold on. I'm really trying here. I'm pretty sure it's yeah. Yeah, okay. 2,000 is what you get when the unit is 55%. So he would be at if you have him 55%, he'd be at 8,280. So we can change this here. 8,280. And you can see, so there's all these different sort of, all the buffs work in like different phases. So like the leader skill, since it's 400%, you don't put, 1. You don't put 4 because that's actually 300% since 1 is just the same sort of thing, right? Because it's multiplication. So you'd put 5. So this is actually representing 400% increase. We're not looking at any item. This sort of phase 1 is calculated. As per my understanding, this is 680% he's getting start of turn buff. And I believe this is also a start of turn buff. I could be wrong. It says at the end of the turn, but I think end of puzzle, because that'd be like end of puzzle phase. I think that still counts as phase 1 buff. I think. So it'd actually be, since he's getting, it's 680%, but he's also got the extra 50%. So that's 730% defense, right? But since you put one more, it's an 8.3 times. His links, he has what he'd have active. It'd be prepared for battle and it's Saiyan lineage, I think. I think it's Saiyan lineage. So he only can get like 10% defense from the links. So that's represented by the 0.1. He doesn't have any second phase sort of buffs. And mind you, he is a permanent stacker. This was 11,680, right? I think so. Oh, okay. Okay. So he is a permanent stacker. Now we do have instances in game of characters like this Easy A Int Broly. He also greatly raises attack and raises defense. I'm not calculating the attack here. I figure I could actually learn how to do that at some point. But right now we're just looking at defense. So his defense, I think he should be getting 20% per stack is how that's going to work. That's how it works for Int Broly. That's how it works for Easy Cooliza and the free-to-play 17 and 18 cards. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be 20% per stack. So let's say, for example, he gets 5 stacks, right? So that would actually be represented as, per my understanding here, I think that would actually just be 2. So, I mean, you can see just how, massive, right? He can, well, to be fair, right? He can get like 3 supers his first turn, right? So let's say 1.6. Okay. So his first turn, you get your 3 supers. As per my understanding, if I have this all correct, you're looking at 853,107 defense. Now, keep in mind, this guy also has 48% damage reduction. So, I mean, before attacking, he only has 30%, right? So, I mean, this is what you're looking like before attacking. Definitely not as strong. But, I mean, once you get, several of these stacks in, let's say you get the 3 the first turn, right? 1.6. Let's say you get the 3 the next turn. So you're at 853k right now. Then you're going to go to 2.2. So he's up to 1.1 mil after 2 rotations. And mind you, he's at 48% damage reduction. Now, to be fair, this sort of 50% extra here is from, if you start end the turn under 50% HP, right? Yeah. Okay. So, and once again, per my understanding, if I'm reading this correctly, this does seem to imply from the you just permanently get this high chance of performing a crit in defense plus 50% from the continuously, from the next turn onward. That this is just up if you're under this once at the end of the turn. So you could even say, all right, let's take away the 0.5, to be fair, right? And let's even, let's say you're at 55%, okay? And then you'd be at 8,280. So certainly, right, at 55% here, he's not going to look as impressive, obviously. I mean, this guy does seem like he's going to be very stat reliant. And you could even take this off before attacking. He's only at 355,000, I think, at 55%. So, I mean, this guy is definitely going to be. I mean, we've been playing around here a little bit. Definitely going to be stat reliant. I think I'm going to summon for him. We're probably going to try and get like a dupe or two. This is a lot of math, so my brain hurt. But this is just to show you. And by the way, if you guys are curious, this is Google Sheets. You can set this up on your own. And how you do this, it's you like highlight these. Just for example here. Yeah. So you would it shows the formula I have active, but you would highlight these, right? So when you go to set it up, you'd like highlight all of these, and then you'd go over to insert here, right? And you'd go to function, and you would go over to all and array formula, and then you just set it up like I have it. So you're gonna do, this is B3, our first number, and we just go across here, and all the way to I3, and then it puts the result on J3. So I actually did take a little bit to learn this. Hopefully this helps you guys. It's certainly I'm actually going to be using this a lot. I'll tell you what. Um, but yeah, I mean, what would he be at like 79%? I'm really intrigued by this. I'm sorry. I'm going off on a little tangent here. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys though. It's certainly interesting to me at bare minimum. So he would get at 79%. We're not including any defense equips here, mind you. At 79%, he's getting an extra 2,400. So he should be at 10,680 at 79% without any defense equips. This is without the end of turn buff. And let's say you get 3 super attack effects. 1.6. All right. So 733,075. Pretty good. With 48% damage reduction. Mind you, the extra 18% is when you're attacking. And he also does have the 18% dodge before, and he gets the extra 30% when attacking. So that's 48% dodge when attacking. So definitely like early on, you're not gonna want to slot one him, but let's say you get 10. Let's say you get 10 stacks, right? So that'd be represented by 3. So we're at 1.3 mil, nearly 1.4 mil. So he can definitely start looking, pretty good the longer you go, obviously. This is not considering like any support or anything. I think support would go into considered in phase 1. But I don't No, I do need, once again, I actually do want to finish watching this tutorial here. But once again, shout out to this guy. Has been a big help, Greg Daw. But yeah, I'm gonna sort of refine this some more, but I hope maybe some of these calculations were helpful for you guys. But yeah, I think I'm going to end here. I mean, he looks pretty good to me. Uh, I don't know where I'd rank him, but definitely very powerful. And mind you, this guy's going to be hitting extremely hard, I'm pretty sure. He's greatly raising, right? And he gets that 50% um, sort of buff uh, on attack on the active skill. So I actually do want to learn how to calculate attack as well. But we're going to end here. Um, Hopefully, this made some semblance of sense here towards the end. I know I've been a little rambly. I'm once again math. Me and math don't get along too well, but I actually do want to learn how to do this. I got the basics down here, but obviously I may have some things wrong and such. But I think he looks like he could be pretty good. Uh, Once again, I definitely think you'd want to slot to him early on. But once you get like several of the stacks going, I think you could actually successfully uh, put him in slot one. So definitely looks like a pretty good release, in my opinion. We'll see what happens in game, right? But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Um, Let me know what you guys are thinking about Vegeta down below. Hopefully this sort of formula helps you guys out. But yeah, take care.